We are live.
Are we?
We are.
I got a message. I'm not sure if we are or not. Okay.
We are live.
Okay, we'll go with that then. Good morning. It's 9 a.m. Friday, January 27th, 2023. Welcome to the Good News, live at 9 on Facebook and available later on our YouTube channel. Please be sure to comment in the chat. This is a presentation of the Allen Park Presbyterian Church. Good morning, everyone. I'm Suzan Maxey. I'm an elder at APPC, and my co-host is
Kerri Van. Good morning. Look at us starting almost right on time.
Yeah.
Friday, January, don't even know the date. I'm sure Sue announced it.
27th.
27th. I am Kerri Van. I do work at the church, and I am a deacon. And it's nice to see everyone who's joining us. I see Norma, Sandy Sauerbeck, Amy Bowerman. I don't know everyone unless you chat, so if I don't mention your name, don't take it personal. So what is going on? This has been a snowy week. It's a little
Yeah, you can say that again.
Yes, I actually
Two
spent the night.
snow days in a row for teachers and kids, students.
Yes. I actually spent, good morning, Ken Woods. I actually had a sleepover with my granddog Wally. I just stayed at their house instead of driving home that other night. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was a good idea of yours.
Yep, and the dog slept with me, so I thought that was even cooler.
Aw. You
Hi,
and
Lenore.
Lorena.
Yep. Hi, Larry and Carolyn, Ken Woods, Lenore James, Nancy Horvath, and Winslow. Oh, welcome to everyone. We
Good
have
morning,
great
everyone.
fun guests today. We're so happy that we have Judy Sutherland. Good morning, dear friends. We have Barry Davis and Margo Davis joining us today, and they're always a hoot and fun, and we're looking forward to that. But we're going to give you a couple of announcements on what's going on. Sue, what is something free that people can do today if they're bored with being in the house?
Well, two of our peeps, Cheryl Herman and Deb Swed, will be demonstrating traditional rug hooking, not latch hooking, but rug hooking today from 2 to 4 at the, I'm going to mess up the name, Pazeski Art Gallery. That's located in the west wing of the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center, directly across from the theater. That's in Dearborn, correct? So the Pazeski, Padzieski Gallery. It exhibits artwork from a diverse group of established and emerging artists with an emphasis on building community. They also host and promote special events that foster interaction between artists, patrons of the arts, and the general public. And the public is invited to the opening reception for each exhibit, and the admission to this Pazeski Art Gallery is free. So if you want to go see Cheryl and Zeb today from 2 to 4, I'm sure they would love to have you. If you've ever seen any of Cheryl's rugs, oh, they're gorgeous. So,
right, I will post a link in the chat when we are done in case anyone wants to go on the website and take a look. Good morning, Scott Johnson, Kevin Vaughn, Robin Allen, Judy Hatch, Kip Horvath. Morning to everyone.
Hi there.
Yes, we want to thank everyone who went to Secret Recipes last Tuesday.
Absolutely.
We don't have the final figures yet, but once we do, we will definitely post that. What an easy way to support something. Go out to dinner with friends or with your family, and 20% gets donated back to our mission trip. Yeah. So yes,
that's several people there Tuesday night, and it was an all-day thing, so I'm sure there were people all day long that were heading over there. So
Secret Recipes is very supportive. They have been helping us for years. We thank them very, very much. I think we have a special anniversary coming up next week, which is,
I think so. It seems like only yesterday, but it's been 2 years. 2 long years. 3 years. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's 3 years, isn't it?
3.
Oh, wow. 3. Oh my goodness, I can't even add.
Yes, and that kind of segues right into my next announcement. When the pandemic started in March of 2020, like I barely even got to do anything with Pastor Tim because I was working on ChristNet and I was doing ChristNet when it happened in March of 2020, and in 2021 and 22, we did 2 different versions of like a drive-through dinner and then dinner and putting it together and delivery. This year, we're going to have an opportunity to make a choice. And I'm going to send out a survey this morning, and I would like you to please fill it out. You will not be signing up for anything. I just need to know what the interest level is. So we're going to have a choice of just doing dinners and delivering it to the hotel, or having a scaled down version of the overnight shelter at our church. So right now, I just need to find out, mostly, are there people that are willing to, people always host the dinners. I'm not worried about the dinners, but are people willing to do some shifts overnight? So please fill out the survey so we can make that decision sooner or later and go through every hoop that is involved in making that happen. We've been doing crisis since 1993.
So the people, the guests would come back to the church and spend the night at the church like they used to?
Right, and they're only asking us to do one or the other, and there's 2 different weeks and they're both in March. So I just need to find out, are all my Christ Nut people still out there? Are you still willing? It's gonna be smaller, it's gonna be less setup, but it's still gonna, it's like edging back towards that model, which is what Christ Nut's entire model is based on.
Okay, I'm confused. You said one or the other. So they're either gonna come spend the night with us, or we're going to feed them. We're not going to do both.
Well, we will feed them if they spend the night. But, and you know, have a small coffee and maybe some breakfast bars in the morning. But we have the choice of having the overnight or just supplying the dinners. It's actually for 2 different groups of people.
Oh, okay.
From Christ Nut. So
Okay.
if this is confusing to my friend Sue, please, please reach out to me if you have any questions. There's a lot of space on the survey to write things down. So if you write your questions down, I will contact you. Oh, my friend Patrick Clemens is watching. Good morning, Bob Andel, Barbara Wolf. Good morning. Good morning. We better get going because we got to get Barry and Margo on here.
Yeah, we do. Well, I thought you were going to mention that it was the anniversary of Tim's call to Allen Park.
Yeah, I fooled you, but it is.
You did fool me.
It is 3 years on February 1st. Can you believe that? It feels like he's been ours forever, doesn't it? He's
he
been
probably feels like it's he's been here forever too.
He probably feels the same way too, but hopefully in a good way. Yes, 3 years, February 1st for Pastor Tim.
All right, so this Sunday, we just have one more thing to say. This Sunday is January 29th. And 2 things. It's our 5th Sunday mission, the deacons, and we're supporting the Metropolitan Detroit Diaper Bank. We want to thank everyone who's donated the adult incontinence products. And if you have any more to donate, please bring it on Sunday. And Sunday is also the annual meeting that will take place right after the worship on Sunday. So 11 o'clock-ish, whatever time the service is over, then we'll start in, I'm sure we'll have a 5-minute break or so and then start right into the meeting. And we can ask Barry all about that because he's kind of in charge of it, sort of.
Yes, we're gonna, well, Barry is the chair of nominating, so that's involved. Also on personnel, and he will definitely have some thoughts on what's going on. And then Margo is our financial secretary, and she knows a lot of other parts that are going on. So we should probably get them in here. I want to shout out to Pat McBride is watching. I know there was an issue. I saw the broadcast go off for a minute. If it's on, shoot up a heart or something so we can tell. All right, let's get Barry and Margo in here.
There they are.
Aw, what a cute picture. They probably don't even know that picture's on there. Isn't that funny?
That's a great picture.
That is really cute. All right, so we just need them to turn on their video and unmute. Okay, I see heart, Sue. We're live.
Okay, good.
Hopefully Pastor Tim is seeing that we glitched because that is so annoying for him.
Hi guys, are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
There we
There we go.
are.
Oh, the northern lights are behind you.
Yeah. Yes, we are in the wilds of Alaska.
Yes.
All right.
We feel like it when we look out the window. Good grief.
No kidding.
Did you order this weather?
No, not me. I didn't order it.
I
No.
really wanted to go with John Clark and Linda.
I know, but they
Bingo.
came back on that snow day. I don't think
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
since. Probably so sad they can't post anything.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going to happen on Sunday, Barry.
Well, first of all, we're going to have a 10 o'clock service.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
Hey, the big thing going on, other than Tim's sermon, is our annual congregational meeting.
I think we should turn off our background.
And Margo's going to play with the background.
You're ghosting there, Barry.
Yeah, I know. We're going to change it. You can't do it with two people. You guys can get away with it with one, but two, you can't do it.
Yeah, people secretly like to watch for your cat in the background anyway.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
yeah,
That-
she'll probably
we got
be
a
here.
little
She's been-
perch right there. So
She's
Alex shows up.
wandering.
People want to see it.
well, anyway, getting back to we have an annual congregational meeting, which is a requirement through the presbytery that each church does that. So, and you can have more than one.
So Barry, what do we do at the congregational meeting?
It's funny you should ask.
No, I didn't read that off a script.
Congregational meetings are normally held for, and I'll list them as in the book of order somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They're anything to do with electing a ruling elder, deacon, trustee. If you have a pastor that you are bringing into your congregation, the congregation has to vote on that. It's all what the congregation has to vote on. You know, normally our groups like the session, the deacons, the trustees do the voting. We do all the voting for the church. These are a few things that the congregation are the only ones allowed to vote on. And that's electing the board members, bringing in a new pastor, associate pastor, changing a pastoral relationship, property, buying or selling property, like we had the manses years ago. In order for us to sell the manse, we had to go through the congregation. And they had to vote on it. Yes, we will sell the manses, or no, we won't. So we had to have a congregational meeting for that. That's about it. It can be called for by the presbytery, of course, they can do anything. And session can call for a congregational meeting. Once a year, the session does officially call for this meeting, and that's to elect the new board members. We supply 4 new board members for the session, 4 for the deacons, and 3 for the trustees. And in the process, we start that nominating committee starts that as early as possible. This year we did start around September. And got it going then. It really depends. It's kind of a guessing game on how long it's going to take us to do it. This year was pretty good. We had a lot of good people on the nominating committee. Margo was one of them.
But there were other good ones.
Yeah. Yeah, Barb's. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I'll jump in. Barb Stapleton, Andrea Carlson, and Judy Martin, and Neil Petty.
And
So
Barb, you
I
Barb,
said,
okay.
yeah. So Judy
Yeah,
Martin was
that's a good group.
Judy
was
was
a
the
great group.
representative from the deacons. Neil was the representative from the trustees. Andrea and Barry were from session, and then Barb Stapleton and I were at large.
And this is mandated in the book of order also, and in the procedures manual for us, for the nominating committee. You have to have a moderator or chair, and that is somebody that's currently serving on the session, myself. Andrea, I'll explain Andrea last. This is kind of a special situation.
Special.
Margo and Barb were not on any of the boards, so they're at large. And Judy Martin is off of the deacons, and Neil was on the trustees. Andrea joined us this year as an extra player just to get her feet wet, and she's taking over for Margo. Margo is going to go off the board or off the nominating committee, and Andrea is coming in. Well, Andrea is also going off of the session this year. Excuse me. So she won't be on the session. She will be an at-large member of the nominating committee. So we'll fulfill the obligation for that. And getting back to the process it's just calling and talking, and kind of like Sue did for liturgists.
Right.
You talk to people and say, hey, would you like to? The biggest challenge is explaining it properly, what board you're trying to fill. You know, session has their thing, deacons and trustees all have unique positions in the church and things that they have to do. And you want to talk to the people that you're asking, and you want to be able to explain it. So it's kind of a process to explain it to somebody that really doesn't know anything about it. A lot of the people are returning members. Kerri is one. Sue, you've been on the board many times. Kerri had to leave for a year because of the 6-year, you're allowed 2 3-year terms, a succession, 2 3-year terms, which is 6 years. Once you have that, you have to get off the board for at least a year before you can return. So Kerri has fulfilled that process. So we went right to Kerri for the deacons and asked if she wanted to go back on. So she said, absolutely. So
Surprise.
yeah, not a surprise.
Right.
So we filled the deacons up pretty quick. It's a popular board. It's a great board. They do unbelievable amounts of work for the church. And it's an easy board to fill. Session, not so much. It's a session kind of a ruling body of the church, and I don't know, a lot of people just don't want to go there, but it's rewarding. It's very rewarding.
Some people want to go there. It's a different the session has different responsibilities. From all the boards have different responsibilities, and some people are more drawn towards session and ruling and stuff like that. Others are drawn to deacons and others are drawn to trustees. So the challenge in the nominating committee is to try to think of people who would be drawn to each of those boards. And every once in a while, a couple of years ago, I called someone to come on to session and they said, I'd really rather be on deacons. Cool. Come on.
All righty then.
Yeah, exactly. So it just kind of flows that way too.
We all have different gifts, and each board allows people to share the gifts that they have. So
Yeah.
Right now, Patty Johnson is a perfect example. She just commented. She said that she loved being on the session. Now, had I been on the nominating, I probably would have went after her for deacons because she's just a good, giving person. So much time and effort in helping with ChristNet throughout the years. So, I mean, I would have said deacons, but she liked the decision making and the discernment of, you know, making those types of decisions. So you never know unless you ask, right?
That's right. That's right.
You know, and we didn't mention the trustees real quick. Trustees are mainly in charge of building maintenance and
Building and grounds.
building and grounds and keeping up with that, which is a monumental job in itself.
oh yeah.
They all the boards do a fantastic job, I think. Session is years ago, it was before I even came into the church. Session had 3-4 hour meetings at times. And some of them would end up with a few hard feelings towards each other, screaming matches and what have you. It has since changed immensely. We have a consent agenda process that we use now, which eliminates a lot of the time that was spent. But I don't know, maybe we have a respect for each other to the point where we can actually argue a situation or a point of law or order of the presbytery or something that we have to do. We can actually argue the point, and I call it discussion. Sometimes it's an argument, but we'll discuss. And it works. And as long as you respect the other person while you're doing this, it works. So it's not such a bad deal to go on the session anymore. It's you're going to get things done. You see it, and it's so rewarding at the end of the night, end of the meeting. You say, wow, we did a lot. We really made a lot of good decisions tonight. So.
And then we also, at the annual meeting, the corporate treasurer and the nominating committee also
right.
are on what is a corporate treasurer? I know who it is. He's watching. What is a corporate treasurer?
He's probably freezing right now.
Actually, Kip Horvath, I think, is watching as well, and I think he's been a corporate treasurer.
Yes. I'm going to hand that over to Margo. You're right. There's other than electing the boards, the 12 people for the boards, we also have to let the congregation vote on their nominating committee. The nominating committee is the only committee that isn't connected to the session in some way or another. We work for the congregation. We are for the congregation. So we report to the congregation. And that is at the meeting, I'll get up and present the oncoming class of 2026 and for their vote. So we as a nominating committee work for the congregation. We also have to be elected by the congregation. So next year's board, which Margo's going off and Andrea will be officially on, will be elected at this Sunday's meeting. Congregation will vote on us, whether we do it again next year. And along with that is we have to elect or get the okay from the congregation on our corporate treasurer, which Margo will talk about. And that has to be done every year. So this is where we do all the business. It's going to go quick. It's going to go very fast. People, I beg you to come to church this Sunday. We need your support for the church. We need your vote. If
Get out the vote.
If ever there was a time for you to be in church, it's this Sunday to vote on next year's board members and corporate treasurer and nominating committee. So
we have to have a quorum, right? There has to be a certain number.
We do. We have to have a quorum. We have a quorum set up, and it's kind of up to the church. We have a 10% quorum. So we have roughly 400 members right now on the rolls. And so we'll need, actually we have more than that, a little bit more than that. So it's 40.1 people we need. I'm still trying to figure out how we're going to get that 0.1 in, but anyway.
Charlotte Martin, she can come.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. And Margo is going to talk about the corporate treasurer.
So the corporate treasurer keeps me in line.
Wait a minute.
Well, yeah. So I have two of them.
Are you kidding?
I got him at home. Well, yeah.
She keeps me in line.
I'm the financial secretary, and the corporate treasurer oversees what I do, make sure that I'm reconciling everything, that I'm recording everything properly. I can turn to the corporate treasurer and Kip, who is not our corporate treasurer, but he's, I don't know if he even has an official title, but
Treasurer.
He's the go-to guy.
yeah.
They go through that.
He performs the annual review that we just completed that last week, where he goes over everything that I did for the year, and he reviews my procedures and some specific things to make sure that I'm following policy as I'm supposed to. And then, as I say, the corporate treasurer, he and Kip, they're my go-to people for guidance on what I should do in any outside of the norm situations that may come up, and I'm not quite sure how I should handle them. So that's what the corporate treasurer does, basically.
Right.
Yes, that's it in a nutshell, really.
The other,
Go ahead.
The other thing we present at the annual meeting that is not dictated by the Book of Order, we have a necrology report where we list out everybody who passed away during in the previous year, so that we can recognize those people and their service and their life in the church. So that can be an emotional moment for many of the people. And the session has every committee chair turn in just a short, hopefully paragraph or so about what their committee did during the year. And then the Board of Deacons turns in a report, and the trustees turn in a report, just to keep the congregation up to date on what we did as a church throughout last year and our hopes for next year. There's also a pastor's report included. Pastor Tim writes up same thing, what happened last year, what he's hoping for this year. So there's a lot of information to be learned at the annual meeting. It's really worth attending.
Margo, Amy Barman asked who is our current corporate treasurer.
John Clark.
I could.
And he was a financial secretary for a lot of years previously. So he's a great resource for me. He knows the history of the church. He knows the database that I'm using. He understands the financials of the church. So he's a fantastic resource for me. Oop, looks like we may have lost our live video signal. Oop,
Yeah,
nope, we're back.
I do apologize to everyone. This is the frustration that Pastor Tim goes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna try to change something. Something has to change.
Yeah, the tech committee needs to get involved.
I know. I hear this a lot.
I think Facebook is updating pages. I've noticed some new things on pages, so I'm hoping it works its way out, but we're broadcasting from Zoom.
Mhm.
Pastor Tim broadcasts directly from Facebook.
Right.
So now that we're having problems, I'm thinking that it's probably has to do with Facebook, and I hope it works its way out, but I know we have a great tech committee. So
I'd like to get us off of Facebook. But that's a
It's
whole.
not my favorite, but everybody knows that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it limits. Some people don't want to be on Facebook. They don't even want to join it. So now they can't watch us. So
well, we do post all of our broadcasts on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So if this has been annoying, or you want to go back and listen to what Margo and Barry were saying, you can watch this later. As soon as we're done, I upload it.
sure.
I don't know what happens, but I think it's less, I don't think it shows the freezing part. So
It's
you do have
magic.
that option, right? You do have that option.
So,
And then we're starting to run out of time and probably people's patience. Once the new board members are elected by the congregation this week. The following Sunday, we have ordination and installation. We ordain deacons and elders. It's an ordained position, and you're always an elder or deacon. That's why Sue always says that, because once you're ordained,
once you're an
you're
elder,
always
you're always an
ordained.
elder. Once you're a deacon, you're
And-
always a deacon.
exactly. And then the trustees are installed. So that takes place the following Sunday. So you have to come to church 2 Sundays in a row, everyone.
Oh, now the service and the meeting will be live streamed, right?
Mhm. Yeah, during the service.
Right, but to vote and be part of the quorum that we have to have.
You have to be at the church. Yes, you're correct.
So get your
Right, and
snow boots on, because it's supposed to snow again.
Yeah, it
Get your
is.
coat on, get your muffler and your hat, and
Now,
look
start
like
off a little
Santa
bit
for the
early.
north. And come to church.
Right, and if you notice this week, Margo sent out an email that some people don't even know what per capita is. It was an informal, I mean, a very
It's a great email.
yes, very informational email, explains exactly what it is. So if you have not received that email, me or Margo would be happy to send it to you. Please sign up for our email so you don't miss anything. And prayerfully consider how you can save our budget like $12,000.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line that nobody wants to talk about. We have to pay it regardless, but if it gets paid by the congregation, then we have $12,000 in our budget that we don't have to spend on per capita. So super important, and it's $35 at a time. Remember, Norma Bentley said, thank you, Barry and Margo, for your informational interview this morning. Sorry about the freezing. See you on Sunday. Love you both. Amy said, thanks for all the work the 4 of you do. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Thank
thanks.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so sorry about the freezing. It's nothing that we can prevent. I know it's annoying, but I think we got through this. We had a lot of people watching and we only dropped 1 or 2, so I don't think it's been too frustrating. Barry and Margo, we appreciate everything that both of you do for the church, of course.
And we appreciate both of
appreciate
you
you.
doing this. This is
Thank you.
fantastic.
We love it, love it,
Great
love it.
job. Just a great job.
Thanks.
All right, so
But we
Sue,
babble.
yes, we are
You
good.
do
at
it
that.
well. You do it very well.
Thank you.
Oh,
Sue,
see my sweatshirt? Christ,
Yes. Price
Oh, yeah.
yay! I hope you're the first one to fill out the survey. I can't wait to get that rolling today. so
I'll
we can
definitely fill it out. Yep, both of us.
Sending it out within the hour, so watch for it. I'll put it out.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right, Sue, let's see what scripture you've chosen today for our special guest.
Today is Genesis chapter 28, verse 15. And it says, I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go.
Oh,
I love that.
I love that too. Thank you. Thank you, Sue.
So- Remember that, and also remember you're a beloved child of God, and God loves you, and so do we.
What do we?
So do we, all of us. And the sign is right behind you, the sign that
Yep.
Sue Maxey actually designed. We've been using that motto for a long time. It really hits home for all of us, and it's true. So have a great day. Be careful. Come to church on Sunday, please. And we will see you there. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, Barry and Margo.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
Kerri.
Bye-bye.